Good day, spiritual people. This is All Things Spirituality with Cyril Pilkington.
Blessed my King.
Bless my King. So,
All in the wonderful name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of Himself, the protector of all human faith in everything. Holy Majesty Haile Selassie, Shah, Rastafari. Yes, I greet you all. Also in Aina, we call it the tabernacle, you know.
tabernacle.
The same evil people that were there crucifying, they are the same people who are still there today. The same good people are still here, you know. So we are just coming back in different forms and different generations, you see. So you never die. So you can. That's why I said you can kill my body, but you can never kill my soul, you know.
Good day, spiritual people. This is All Things Spirituality with Cyril Pilkington. This is not an interview. This is a conversation between two people, me getting to know about the next person, his views, his beliefs. So today I have a special guest. He's a Rastafarian. Today King came to see a lion. So my brother, how are you?
Blessed my King.
Bless my King. So I'd like you to introduce yourself, what you do, and who are you, my King?
Blessed, I greet you all in the wonderful name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of Himself, the protector of all human faith in everything. Holy Majesty Haile Selassie, Shah, Rastafari. Yes, I greet you all, kings and queens of Ethiopia. Ethiopia means Africa. I greet you all with the humbleness and say, we are here to reason about Rastafari, you know. Yeah, so I go by the name of Ras Kagiso. Kagiso meaning peace, you know. So Ka, when you say Ka means it's a spirit, you know. So Ka, it means it's the K is the 11th letter, you know. So when you come to that, I was born on the 11th of March, you know, meaning the peaceful side of our ancient. When you check about our ancient history, you know. So here when I say I do handcraft. I do my own clothing, I do my own shoes, I design furniture, you know. I'm also a tattoo artist at times, you know, so I do a lot. I'm a crafter, you know. So whatever I come to, I don't just like hesitate, you know. So I'm always humble in everything I do, you know. So whatever I come to, then I do it, you know. So it's nice to be here, my King, even if it was a hard day, but you still give thanks for everything that is going on.
Give thanks, King. Are you blessed? So my question, King, is why Rastafari? Because there's Christianity, there's Muslims, there's Buddhism. Why Rastafari?
So when you check, my Lord, to be Rasta, you know, we all come from everything, you know. So before I became Rasta, I was once a Christian, you know, from the ZCC, you know. So I can't say much and say you choose. It's something that comes with you from birth, you know. Something that you feel from the younger age, you know. So Rasta is being chosen, my King. It's not something that you choose that today I'm not going to cut my locks, you know. Maybe from tomorrow I'm going to start smoking, you know.
Yes, King.
So when people see Rasta, they only see maybe marijuana, you know. So that's what they see when they see Rasta. They don't see the goodness of Rasta.
Yes, King.
So when they see Rasta, they see Jamaica. So starting from Rasta, why Rasta? Rasta represents the whole of Africa, you know. So when it comes to our colors, red, gold, and green, and red, black, and green, you know, red represents the blood of everything that is alive, you know. So in my own understanding, before I go far, because now you see, people will say I've misinterpreted everything, you know. So in my own views, you know, and in my own teachings, in my own research, you see, Rasta don't just go like you go to Uptwas and do something, you know. Rasta comes to you spiritual, you know. So Rasta is someone who teaches about the blackness of mankind, you know, the spiritual beginning in time, you know. So Rasta symbol deals with that. Rasta doesn't deal with only marijuana, you know, not eating meat, you know.
So Rasta symbolizes Africa.
Yes.
So can you be European or Asian and then be a Rastafarian? Because I've seen a few white people having locks and they are Rastafarians. So can you be a Rasta and be white or European or what?
So coming to be Rasta, my lord, Rasta, you must have the heart of a lion, you know. So when I say heart of a lion, you must be someone that can live with every creature, you know. So when you're Rastafari, you'll be teased, you'll be rejected, you know. You'll be rejected in the society because of the things that you choose, you know. Because you are not normal to people, you are either insane or both, you know. So to be Rasta is something that you choose and separate yourself and take a vow from the Almighty, you know. To say now you're gonna leave your locks, you know. Not leaving my locks is my crown, you know. Like the lion. Lion has a crown already, you know. So when I start to at the beginning of whatever I said, I start with a prayer, you know. I started a prayer to say Almighty must open for everything, you know. So to be Rasta is like you're being prayerful, and praying it's not that you pray and think that you're gonna receive something, you know. To pray is to give thanks, you know, to give thanks to life, to give thanks to the food, you know, to give thanks to the water, to the air, you know, to the sky, to the moons and to the sun, you know. So Rastafari is like appreciating nature as a whole, you know. And when they come to the colors again, you say red represents our blood, you know. Gold represents the wealth of Africa, you know. And then green is the habitation of everything that we have, you know. So for us, the herbs is our meat, you know. Eat from the ground.
So you don't eat meat?
No, when you're Rasta, you become vegan, you know.
I'm vegan. I've never ate meat for 3 years, but I'm not Rasta. Which means there's a spiritual calling in the Rastafarian.
So to come to that, to be Rasta, my lord, you're gonna feel it in you know. You won't think of shaving again, because you see somebody say that Rasta with no locks, you know. But you can't be a policeman with no bulletproof, you know. So to be Rasta, people they wanna be Rasta in their own form, in their own ways, you know. But you can't say you're a Muslim and then you don't go to the mosque. You see. So when you're Rasta, you must be helpful and be Rasta as you are. So also anyone, you can say coming to the car, you can say the white people, they can be Rasta also, you know. As long as you have a heart of loving and appreciating everything, you know. As long as you're not dissing black man, because black man is dissed everywhere. If you check, you know. Black man is struggled in everything, you know. So Rasta fights for that. Rasta doesn't count the colors and what. You say one love for all, you know. That's why we preach one love.
Oh, okay. Give thanks, okay. I give thanks. So I want to know, you say you were first a Christian going to ZCC. By the way, ZCC people are Christians here in Africa. So the comparisons between Christianity and Rastafari, can you tell us the comparisons?
So in Christianity and Rasta.
Oh, it's the same, it's just how you present yourself, like
when they come to I, you know, because when you check where I come from, you see, they say you must shave, you know. You see, so Rasta follows we read the Bible, but with overstanding, you know. So sometimes they ask me, Rasta, which Bible do you utilize, you know?
I don't know which Bible.
We use the same one, the Old Testament, but with overstanding, you know. Because if you say you want to understand, you're not going to question, you know. So Rasta, you question. You don't just follow suit, you know. Rasta, you question everything. If we say, if you check in number 6 from 1 to 6, it tells you why Rasta mustn't shave his hair, you know.
The power is in the hair.
The power is in the hair. If you check also, I stand to be corrected. Our hair generates with the sun, you know. When the sun hits our hair, it gives us energy. That's why you check everything is spiral, you know. Like our hair, it's woolly hair, you know. So when you check that, we get energy from the sun. That's why every living organism needs the sun. Without the sun, there's no life.
There's no life.
Without the moon, there's no life, you know.
So Christianity and Rastafari is the same.
We can't say it's the same, you know.
Just throw pointers there.
Okay, in Christianity, you can do whatever you do. You can still eat meat and still. For me, when I was Christian, I used to, let's say, what they call a sin. You can do whatever that you want to do from Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday I become holy, you know. So it didn't work for I, you know. So to be Rasta, you are up full, you are holy each and every day, you know. So the Christians, they read the Bible, but if I ask some of the Christians that I know, and ask them about some scriptures. They don't know them, you know. So you can read and just read the one that you want. But we analyze, we read it so that we can understand, you know. So in Rasta doesn't shave. So you can also shave in Christianity. Rasta doesn't shave because I appreciate my hair, you know. If animals like dogs have fur, you know, it's fair for what? It's for clothing, you know, for giving it comfort, you know. So I have a hair for a reason, you know. If I didn't need hair, I wasn't gonna have it. That's why I don't have a tail, because I don't need a tail, you know. But I have hairs, my locks, you know. You know. So when we say we have a natural crown, you know, it's our natural crown. We don't remove anything, you know. And also we don't drink anything associated with alcohol, you know.
We don't drink alcohol.
We don't utilize alcohol. We always sober, you know.
And then Christians celebrate Christmas Day or Easter Fridays, which they call it Good Friday. Do you also celebrate that day? If not, what you celebrate?
For I and I, my daughter, I don't. Since I started in a Rasta chain, I question many things, you know, to check it also. Why am I celebrating this, you know? What is the reason for me to celebrate, you know? So also it becomes personal to other people when you tell them that when they celebrate New Year, January, there's some who still angry at me for saying New Year, Happy New Year, you know, to I, and then I tell them that my New Year was in September, you know, 23 September. Reason being, September is where everything comes to life, you know. So when you say New Year, what New Year are you talking about?
The 31st of
23 of September.
Or not the 1st of the
no.
1st of December.
No, you know, because when you say New Year, we're talking about something that is coming, everything that is blossoming, you know. And then you check September, that's where everything, like your plants, everything, the trees are coming back to life, you know. So when we celebrate 23 September because it's where ancient Africans celebrate, you know. So some of the things, they're not for us, but we are just taking them because it's what we are taught, it's what is normalized, you know. So when we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate Christmas from 7 January, you know. So our New Year is 23 September, and then our Christmas is 7 January. From 7 January to the 20th, you know.
Why 7 January?
7 January is Malcolm Jannah, when it's called in Ethiopian, you know. It's where we celebrate and become whole and keep it clean, you know. Become happy, you know, read our books and be one with nature, you know. So that's how you analyze that. We go with nature to be Rasta. You don't just say I'm following this. What is the nature saying about what we are celebrating, you know? Yes.
There's power to that king. There's power to that king. So my question now is, Christians, they believe or worship Jesus Christ. And the Rastafarian would worship Haile Selassie.
When it comes to that, when I say, we don't have to say like we're opposing someone, you know. But for I and I, when we say Rasta, you know, we say Emperor Haile Selassie, you know.
Emperor Haile
And then if you check on also in the Christian side, they call him the conquering land of the tribe of Judah, you know. So when we say the conquering land of the tribe of Judah, who are we talking about? Because Judah is in Ethiopia, you know, Jerusalem, you know. So when you say Judah, you're speaking where does Emperor Haile Selassie come from? Comes from the side of Addis Ababa, you know, from Ethiopia, you know. So when you say he is the King of Kings, he's the Lord of Lords, you know. So when we speak about that, they say Jesus Christ. We have Jesus Christos, you know, the Black Moses, the Black Christ, you know. So when they follow that, our Black Christ is still alive, you know. When I see you, I see Christ, you know. So when we go, we say Christ is everyone who's still alive, you know. I see black man, I still respect him. I see white man, I still respect him, you know. Regardless of how they offend I, you know. So in Rasta, we say Christ is everyone who we see. You see? So Emperor Haile Selassie is the one who conquered death, you know. Him never pass away, you know. But in the middle, because it's controlled and set by also human beings like me and you, I can write whatever I want about Rasta, you know. And then write what is good for you, for me, that it suits me, you know. But in Rasta, we don't compromise, you know. We put the truth the way it is, you know. So if you're going to have fear, you can kill my body, but you can never kill my soul, you know. So having fear and also thinking and having Emperor Haile Selassie is where you feel that you have comfort, you know. That's why I chose Rasta to say, this is where I feel at home. This is where I left all the wrong things that I thought were right, you know.
Okay. So, you know, as African spirituality, we believe in ancestors, those who were here before us. So, what's your take on ancestors?
True, when we say on ancestors, my Lord, you know, I believe in ancestors because I never brought myself here, you know. The world never started by me, you know. It started by also my ancient people who came, and I come from the lineage of that, you know. So when you check, we have ancestors, you know. Me, I don't say ancestors, I say ankh sisters, because coming back to the ankh symbolizes the life, you know, continuation of life, you know. On top is the female womb, you know. On top here, it says the female womb, you know. The female womb, you see. And then here is the male part, you know. So there's and then when it comes together, it brings life, which is like the Holy Trinity, you know. When it comes to the Father, the Mother, and the Holy Ghost. So we in Rasta don't say Holy Ghost, you say the Holy Mother of creation, you know. Because you can't be a father and be a son without no mother.
So when they say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is the mother.
Yes.
Because what I know is that African spirituality, it's led by women.
You see, when you check that women have power, you know, men and women, we complement each other, you know. Nobody is on top of another one, you know. Or if you check everything that is alive, if it is male and female, you know. In everything, you know.
Positive
in everything.
And negative.
Positive and negative. All the animals is male and female to continue life. Even the trees, even the water that you drink, you know. So everything that you get is male and female, meaning it's continuation of life, you know. So coming to that, when you speak about that, you must symbolize that. You can't just say you bringing life and then you're going to stop creation. You know? So we have to go with creation all the time to say, we in Rasta, we believe in bringing into life, respecting nature.
So you know? When you say that king, which means in the Rastafarian, there's no homosexuality.
And homosexuality,
because you know now the LGBT community is taking over now. See, like they're teaching us how homosexuality is. So in the Rasta community, are they teaching you about the LGBT community?
It's not only to say in Rasta community, you know, in African teachings, you know, when you check, we say continuation of life, you know. So if you're gonna say you are a mistake, you feel like you're not what you're supposed to be, I can't go against it and charge that, you know. Just like how people charge someone that you come across in the streets, you know. So I don't, whoever follows their chain, they follow their chain, you know. In that intake, my Lord, to some it becomes personal, you know. So I followed African history, you know, African lineage, you know, to say, let's bring life, you know. If in everything that you say, you want to change from there, how are we gonna have life from there? From changing everything, you know.
So your answer for someone who's watching there is that when you are homosexual, you can also be a Rastafarian.
For I am not saying you can also be Rasta, but to be Rasta is to know the truth, you know. Once you know what is Rasta, you know what is right for you, you know.
So you cannot.
I've never seen that, you know. I can't say you can be or you cannot be, but I've never seen someone in that movement saying they are Rasta and being homosexual, you know. So for I, when they say we in Rasta, they say you're gonna be a king and a queen, a prince and a princess, a lord and empress, you know. So if you're gonna be like that, who we have to label you with? We're gonna label with what we see in the physicality, you know. So you're gonna feel offended if you're gonna come to I, and then we're gonna say you are Mama Africa, hence you, but you're acting like a man, you know. So we're gonna call you Mama Africa, you're gonna feel offended, you know. We're gonna call you king, you're gonna feel that you're a queen. So you won't survive, you know, in Rasta. But Rasta don't tease anyone, you know? Rasta don't tease anything, but tease the thing that is wrong, you know. If you know that is what is good for you, you'll follow what is good for you, you know. So we choose to ignore the truth and choose to take what is comfortable, you know. But if you're going to follow the Rastafari, it's not an easy road, you know. It's not something that you can choose to be anytime, you know. Because you get rejected everywhere. You go, someone wants marijuana, you know. You go, the cops, they wanna search you, you know. So you must have a heart of a lion, you know. To be Rasta is not something that you can say is easy.
Speaking about judgmental or people judging you, you know, like in us, we now working towards money. So we go to corporate jobs, and corporate jobs, like when you come there with the Rastafarian beard, for them, the Western, it's not appropriate. So have you ever been judged because of your Rastafarian, growing your hair, your beard? Have you ever been judged?
So when it comes to that, for I haven't been judged like that, but I've been like changed in schools, like, oh, you see, and also in places where you can't go because of the way you behave and the way you wear, you know. You can't just go anywhere, you know, to be Rasta, you know. You remove yourself from everything that is being normalized, you know. So Rasta doesn't work for nobody, you know. Because if you want to work for someone, you're going to have to follow that man's rules, you know. So I was working also in a company. They never charged me to be Rasta, but I decided to take my own thing so that I can have freedom, you know. If I want to split, I want to split, you know. If I want to wake up around this time, I want to wake up around this time, you see. Because if my ancestor says I must relax, the spent energies in the street, then I force myself to come out. This way I'll get problems, you know. Because most of us, we get injured or hurt or lost when you're going to work or going to do something out of the norm, you know, because you are rushed by time, you know. So for me, I don't feel late. If you tell me this time, if I came the time, I'll tell you, it's because of this time. I try to leave early, but if the nature says I must be late, I will be late, you know. Because I can't force myself to go and work for someone and then I get something that is less for I, you know. So that's why I do my own things. I fought to be self-sufficient. That is Rasta, you know. Rasta teaches to be self-sufficient, you know. Not to work for someone who's gonna make you feel less important
or change your ways of doing.
Yes, because me, I don't shave, you know. I don't use anything on my hair. I use my hairs to wash my hair also, you see. So it's my crown. I cover it because there's many energies that you come across, you know.
That's why I was gonna ask that. Why you cover it?
You see. So for us, it's in ancient order. We follow the way Moses used to wear, you know, because you can say, you know, Moses in Christianity. But I didn't know who is Moses. How does Moses look, you know? When I found the black crusty King Emmanuel eye, you know. So when you check, it's turban and robe. There's a practical order, you know. You cover your hair, you know. You only open your hair in your own energy, in your own space, you see. So our dreadlocks is not like everyone's dreadlocks, you know. So you can have dreadlocks and not be a Rasta, you know. But you have that calling, but you're ignoring it because you don't understand and what you eat and what you watch, you see. So having the locks is something that is powerful, you know, to see you don't want anything playing on your head, you know. So we cover our locks because it's my crown. It's my DNA, you know. I don't have to remove it. If you're going to come and go and shave animals, you're going to make them suffer.
So me like this, I have no powers, like him.
I'm not saying you don't have powers, but you're not being true to yourself, you know. So for me, when I shave, I feel like I'm not appreciating what the Almighty gave me, you know. He gave me beard, I have to shave it every time. For what? You know. So he gave me hair. I have hair for a reason, you know. So I have to keep that hair. It also generates heat, you know. So when it's like this, it's not heavy. It's my hair, you know. That's why an elephant can't say it's heavy for itself, you know. So my hair will always be like that. To grow it until that time, you know.
So in a Rastafarian, is there an institution like a church or a camp or a place of worship? Do you have something like that?
We have also in Aina, we call it a tabernacle, you know.
Tabernacle?
Yes, we call it a tabernacle. For Aina, it's in the mountains, you see, where there's fresh air and there's fresh energy.
Any mountains?
No, not any mountains. We have specific places where Rasta community are situated, you know. In Johannesburg, you can say in Krasmeri or Palm Springs, you know, somewhere also in Protea Clan, you know, some in Yeovil, you know. So it depends on where you want to go, you know. All around the Rasta is everywhere, you know.
So the tabernacle let's take it to the basics, like the basics. How do one go there and join the Rastafarian, or you start by yourself in the house, growing your hair, growing your beard? What does one have to do to join the Rastafarian community?
So to be in Rasta will lead you, you know. To say Rasta, you must believe in the laws of attraction, you know. You must believe in that. To be Rasta, you say, it's gonna call, you know. For me, I didn't have someone to say I'm going to study or something. I've been having that call and say I wanna be Rasta, I wanna learn. I told myself that I wanna learn.
At what age did you wanna learn? What age did the calling come to you?
For me, every time when I was young, in primary, I used to have dreadlocks, you know. Primary, I have dreadlocks only one is June and December because the school when I went to, they didn't agree to dreadlocks. So I used to love reggae music. You know?
And then your parents or your guardians, did they allow you to have dreadlocks?
Remember also, I come from a Zion Christian church. They didn't allow dreadlocks from there also, you know. So dreadlocks is not something that is normal in my family, you know. You see, so when I did dreadlocks, I just did for that specific time, you know. But I always wanted to be Rasta until after I finished school. I did my own things and then I just met with my king, you know, with a brother named King Yellow, you know.
Shout out to King.
Yes, shout out to King Yellow, my lord. He's an awesome artist, you know. He taught me a lot of things that I know today. It's not like I chose to go there, you know. The Almighty guided me to find someone, you know. Because you can meet up with everyone who say they are Rasta and wearing the red, gold, and green and doing what. But they will mislead you, you know. So in everything there's good and bad, you know. So to find Rasta, you have to look for Rasta, you know. That's why I say seek and you shall find, you know. To seek thy face, you know. To want to know Rasta. Who is Rasta? What is Rasta about? If you wanna still have that mentality that Rasta is only about marijuana, still have a long journey, you know. Because Rasta is more than marijuana and dreadlocks and more than reggae music, you know. Rasta is more spiritual and physical, you know. So we respect everything. Even if I can get you in the street, I treat you like anyone that I live with.
Like a king or a queen.
Yeah, I call you king. Whoever I meet up with, I respect him because it's Christ, you know. So you must be friendly with strangers because Christ comes in any form, you know. You can sense your energy that this man is not right. You can sense that this man is right, you know. So it depends on you how you're gonna look at the people. You're gonna look out of the physicality or the spirituality, you know. If you wanna look at someone and look at him as dirty and judge him from there, you don't know what happened, you know. If you wanna know as that person, and you'll see that that person is still focused, that's that we don't know what is happening, you know. Because of the situation of the society of how they take over Africa. That's why we see many poor people and many things, people in the streets, you know. You see, but if everything was good for Africa, we wouldn't be poor. Because we are rich already, you know. But through colonialism and everything, you know, black man is still suffering, you know.
Yeah. So, speaking of companionship, do you have a partner?
True, man.
So that partner is also part of the Rastafarian community.
Yes, but you see, if you're gonna say you're gonna compromise, you know, and a compromise for someone who's not in your lane.
That's not my question.
I did that, you know, but also you're gonna have complications, you know. If you wanna say you don't eat meat, people wanna eat meat, you know. People love eating meat, you know. So if me, I don't eat meat, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna live with you, you're gonna always have that flesh in my place, you know. So I'm gonna say let's go to and praise and give thanks on the sabbatical order, which is Friday from 6 to Saturday 6, you know. Sabbath, you know.
Sabbath.
Yes, my Lord, you know. So we say we keep the Sabbath holy, you know. So if I'm gonna say we keep Sabbath holy and then you wanna go to church on Sunday, so you see, you don't correspond, you know.
It doesn't correspond. Okay.
I'm gonna make something and say let's do this, and then you're gonna tell me no, you drink wine because you want wine on this and this occasions, you see. So there's gonna be a confusion, you know. So for me, I went in the journey, but now I choose someone who's Rasta, you know. Someone who's in my lineage, you know. Someone who's gonna do what I do, you see. Because if you're gonna compromise, then you don't know what you want, you know? So you must attract what you want. If you're gonna say you compromise, you're gonna always compromise in everything. You see, you're gonna always say, okay, I'm working, but at least I'm getting this much. okay, I'm living in a house because at least it's better than what you see. So attract nice, my lord. Be rich in your mind, because the only limit you have is your mind, my lord, So if you're gonna limit yourself, you say I'm gonna want someone like this, but I wanna be like this. It's confusion.
So it doesn't make sense being Rastafarian and dating a Muslim.
To do what?
Being a Rastafarian and being in a relationship with a Muslim, it doesn't make sense.
I can't say it doesn't
That's
make sense.
compromising. Not it doesn't make sense, but it's compromising.
For some, I can say it's freedom of choice, my lord, And everything it is freedom of choice, For I choose someone who's in my lineage because I've met some of them who are all what they believe in, but for me it didn't work out, So it's freedom of choice, what you want for yourself. So, who you want to associate yourself with. Who the universe sent you, because you can't say everyone must be Rasta, Not everyone is supposed to be Rasta because it's an awakening, So if you're gonna say you want everyone to be Rasta, if you don't find someone like that, what's gonna happen?
I understand, King. So you and your partner, you have kids, children?
No. Don't have children, my lord. Still young and still learning to be our own self-sufficient, If the child will come in that divine timing, But for now, we're still building ourselves,
So
to have my own thing. I also want to have everything in set,
So, King, after building yourself and you have kids, those kids, you want them to be also Rastafarian.
Yes, because I'm Rasta, because I know what is Rasta,
So now you are choosing a path for them, those kids.
I'm not choosing a path, they come from I. I can't bring life and say life must make itself, And it's my flesh and bone, so I'm gonna teach you what I learn, So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna compromise with the child. That's why they say, because you are focused on telling people you are not living it, So if I'm gonna live Rasta way, even my children will live the Rasta way, following what I do, saying that is cool, So if you're gonna say, my children can be whatever they wanna be, so I'm leading them astray. I'm not taking care of my kingdom, So you must take care of the kingdom and say you choose this and this is how it must be. If you wanna compromise, then you'll compromise forever,
So when I was first introduced to Rastafarian is when I was listening to Bob Marley music. I used to love Bob Marley. What do you say about the brother Bob Marley? His views on everything on life, his music, his message to people, the way he lived his life. What do you say? What do you have to say about Bob Marley, the late Bob Marley?
Yeah, we can bring Bob Marley, my lord. Bob Marley is our prophet, Bob Marley was a prophet, Bob Marley spoke on the behalf of not only black man and white man, but in everyone, So you'll check his songs, he tells you that he speaks for everyone, So Bob Marley is very, they call him like they call him almost everyone, the king of reggae, So Bob Marley is the one who preached and made reggae symbol and Rasta symbol to the people, like Dube also, like burning spear, you see. So with Bob Marley, in his messages, you feel that you get an understanding, You don't feel like he's speaking more Jamaican, he's being more open to you, making it, unfolding everything to you, you see.
For everyone.
For everyone.
Maybe it's because his mother was white or his father, he was half white, half black.
Yes, as they say, my God, They say his mother was black, father was white, I don't have much information on that, So today, Bob Marley is a musician, But to someone they see Bob Marley as a god, So you can't force them and say, no, Bob Marley is not a god. It's who they want to take him as,
So,
but Bob Marley also hailed Emperor Haile Selassie, True.
So Emperor Haile Selassie, did he die or is he still alive?
No, my lord, when you gonna check, when you speak about Emperor Haile Selassie, you're not just only speaking about a human being only, You have to have the understanding and look at him in a different form in what he did, in how he came, in the lineage, because they come from the lineage of King Solomon, He's the 225th last emperor, from the lineage of King Solomon, and King David, you see. So it's not someone that you can expect to be like humans like me and you. He came in flesh because it's God in flesh, God, you can't say God is only a male. God is both male and female, just like the moon and the sun, So when you say the sun, it symbolizes the kingly side. When you say the moon, it symbolizes the feminine side, So when you speak about Emperor Haile Selassie, speaking about the Holy Trinity, the continuation of life. So him conquered that, But if you're gonna follow him, they're gonna tell you that he passed away. But how? We don't have any proof. We don't have any proof of the funeral also.
There's no casket for Haile Selassie.
You see, so you can't say he passed away. He conquered that, When he's gonna come back, he's gonna come in fleshical order, to show humankind how to live also. Because if you check Emperor Haile Selassie's teachings, it teaches you about living in harmony with everything that is alive, If you learn more about Emperor Haile Selassie, you'll understand what is life, But you won't be taught in the schools and everything that we attend, So you have to get certain books and certain places to learn more about Rasta, I can't reveal everything, but I can reveal such for this moment, But to know about Rasta, you have to tell yourself and attract that laws, Tell yourself you want to know more about Rasta. Other than that, you just think Rasta is still only about marijuana and wearing red, gold, and green, But you must know, when you say Emperor Haile Selassie, you have to unlearn everything to learn more about the Father, You can't just learn about Emperor Haile Selassie. You have to unlearn first.
Unlearn and relearn.
And exactly, man.
So, King, speaking of the educational system here in Africa, what do you think about it? Do you think they should add Rastafarian as a subject, or what? Or it's poor, or it's doing better, it's getting there, like the Western education? So what's your take on the educational system in Africa?
In educational system, my lord, for I think to teach someone, you must let them reveal who they are first, Because now, for I went to school, I did engineering. But till today, I'm not good in engineering, Because I passed and did everything because it's theory, I was only there for theory and just to make my parents happy. But if you want to take someone and say, check from the childhood what they love, what they want to do, and groom them from there. That's where you see that Africa has many talent. You see, many of the people who are saying they are not educated, you see, check them out. They are good with their hands. They are good with whatever that they touch. In Africa, we are good in touching with our hands, But now we are only labeled from our papers, how I wrote, and then to have a qualification. But if you check your skill and follow your skill, you'll never go poor, So to be Rasta, you have to follow your skill, follow your godly talent, We all have a talent. Everyone is a star. That's why there's only one moon symbolizing one God, and many stars, So if I'm gonna want to do engineering because my brother passed engineering, so I'm not following my dream, I'm following your dream, That's why you're gonna fail from there. You go to schools and pay forever just to be there, because it's not yours. You are ignoring your talent. You see, so to follow your talent is to be your godly self, your goddess, Follow what is yours, you see. In Africa, we have to teach like that. Take someone and groom them from younger age. In my own perspective, my lord, If I'm gonna learn everything that I touch, that I chose. You see, I touch it and it turns into gold, People appreciate it, like making my own shoes, making my own furniture, drawing like this, because I have no limit. But if you're gonna have limit and say I wanna study for this, because I think this one has money, then now you are losing control. Because money will come, money will go, But your skill is there. If you don't use your skill, you will become poor because your soul is crying out for its sole purpose, True.
Power to that, King. And then for our social media managers, any questions?
I'm blessed.
I wanted to ask, what do you think about people selling their dreadlocks? As you said, they are souls, so what do you think about
That's a good question. Like, what do you think about people selling their hair, their dreadlocks? That's a good question.
So for me, in my own perspective, if you're gonna sell your hair, you can also sell your soul like that, when they say they want blood donation, you will also go and donate your blood, So now you no more respecting your physicality, because everyone has their own hair. Why don't you appreciate your hair and grow your own one? Because if I'm gonna take out my hand, give it to you, you can do anything to attack me, because I give you part of me. You see. So when I take like now wearing someone else's hand and all those things, you don't know the energies they carry. You see. In Africa, we are all spiritual. You see. So your hair has more power than what you think and what you have been taught. You see. So if you're gonna take your hand, sell it. I don't prefer such things. Thank you.
So, is there any rituals in Rastafari, like Pasha, calling your islos like the energy, or is there any rituals to the Rastafari?
In Rasta now, Rasta has been too much and we can say westernized, But Rasta is following your ancient African history,
Of what they were doing before.
Of what we were doing before, So if you're gonna say our part, you're not calling upon your ancestors. So who are you gonna call upon then? Who are you gonna speak to, because you represent your ancestors already? You see, you represent them, So you are here because of them. So you're gonna call upon them and say, give thanks for whatever did you give to I and I, Because I didn't bring myself here. So I have to give thanks and know my lineage. Like Emperor Haile Selassie, he has his Chagazelo Sak, Also you must have your own Chagazelo as to where you come from. Because like Ras Kagiso, if you don't know your history, you won't know your future, You can't go anywhere if you don't know your history. You just follow suit and whatever, you go with the wind. You see? So you speak to your ancestors, you speak to your energy, your ancient energy, Because you've been here, you're just coming back every time, That's why your subconscious, you feel from your subconscious, That's why sometimes when you do something, you feel like what they call today is a deja vu.
Deja vu.
It's like you've been there, and yes, you've been there, but in a different physicality, in different times, So if we are what we would say is in 2023. So what was happening from there, from the beginning of time? You were there, you see. So you're just coming and refixing. So it depends if you want to go with the physical or awaken your subconscious and follow who you are. Just like doing your own skill. More touching. When you touch something, then it becomes your call. Then it feeds you. You see, so follow your ancient history. Know who you are. Then you'll know where you go. Because if you know that you come from kingdom, from kings, you live as a king. You see, if you know that you come from gangsterism, you live like a gangster. You see. So it depends on which one you want to follow.
King, your message is very powerful. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for the algorithm, more people to get this message. So King, I wanted to know, do you believe there's life after death?
Life after death.
When you die, the flesh dies, but your soul remains, maybe goes to someone else. As we are speaking about deja vu, do you believe there's life after death, King?
For I believe there's reincarnation,
What is reincarnation, King?
You come, you're gonna be like now, you're gonna live for those certain of years, Your physical body has its own time, But your spirit has no age, and the spirit never dies.
Spirit never dies.
The spirit never dies, So you can't compare man and the beast, The animals when they die, but we don't know what happens to them. But a human being can be here and then come again. That's what I'm saying. You come again, but in different forms. You see, but your spirit will still live forever. But because of what we eat and what we are exposed to and what we are living in and the energies that we carry, you see, we fear death. But for I and I, as I learned from Nkulunting, is like when you pass away, yes, blessed, When you pass away, you are renewing yourself, coming back again, So if you were the same evil people that were there crucifying, they are the same people who are still there today. The same good people are still here, So we are just coming back in different forms and different generations, you see. So you never die. So you can. That's why I said you can kill my body, but you can never kill my soul. It's like that.
Yeah, King, give thanks. This today, I was thinking Rastafarian is all about ganja, having dreadlocks, but today I know the main purpose of Rastafarian. So, what do you think is the main purpose of us human beings being here on earth?
Main purpose,
For all of us, not only Rasta community, Rastafarian community, the main purpose of human beings being here on earth. What do you think, King?
For I, for me, to be in earth and to be alive, It's to come and check in the when I read in my books, because to be Rasta, I have to learn every day.
I put you in the corner with the question, King.
So I can say for me, I live to my purpose, If I have to teach, you see, if I have to teach people, I'd rather teach people if it's my main sole purpose, Like saying if you have to do your skill, you see, because you are here in the physical form, but in the spirituality, how are you uplifting your spirituality, If I'm alive today, I don't know where I can't recall my subconscious, but I'm here, to certain energies and everything, So for me, I'll do my sole purpose and do what is meant for I, what is meant for me, while I'm still searching, Because you can never be perfect. You have to fall and crawl and find yourself, So for me personally, if I find myself my purpose, then I can say everyone has a purpose to be in life, You must live up to a purpose, know who you are, do what is yours. Because if you're gonna do to prove to your parents or to prove to someone that you can do it, then you're not living up to your purpose, but living up to theirs,
Yeah, King, give thanks, King. So in every episode, this is the 10th episode for the All Things Spirituality podcast with Cyril Perkimson. So in every episode, we ask our guest that what's a perfect world for you?
The
perfect world for you. When you say this is a perfect world, what's the perfect world for you?
Perfect world for I and I.
Yes, King.
For I and I, if it can be perfect.
Okay, look at the camera.
Okay, for I and I to be everything perfect, People must live in harmony, People must live in peace, Black man must be free, Because Rasta fights for black man, I can't say to fight for another, but black man has been dissed all the time, and black man has been destroyed all the time, told that there's nothing and has not made anything to modern civilization, But for me, if black man can have his own his own land, his own freedom and live in their own places, then black man will have less crime, will have less jealousy. Because crime is caused by jealousy and not having nothing. And that's why they say a hungry man is a dangerous man, Because we are hungry. That's why for me, perfect world is to a black man to be free, Not only free from working, but to be free and own your own land. If you eat meat, eat your own meat, Have your own land so that you can be free. Not thinking to be obligated to go and work for someone, That's for me, perfect world to be free for black man,
Powerful. Yeah, guys, this has been an awesome episode. One of my best episodes so far. So make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button for the algorithm. And then, King, give thanks.
Yes.
God bless, King.
Still give thanks, man.
Just before to close it, maybe if you want to get hold of King, please tell us your social media handle. We're gonna put it in the description.
So to find out now, you can look for me. I'm not too much on social medias, but I'm on Facebook, I'm Ras Kagiso, Ras Kagiso, And if you want to contact me to learn more, I'm also learning, So you can contact 072-960-0404. And we're also running a shop called SOJAH BAMBEZELA,
SOJAH BAMBEZELA.
SOJAH BAMBEZELA. So it's found in Corner Kerk and Harrison, Monday to Friday, This SOJAH BAMBEZELA crafters, we're dealing with leather, we do with everything,
I see you have a beautiful leather.
Yes, even the shoes, it's
your own.
Yes, my lord, We design our own shoes, we try to design our own things, So we're coming up to that. So because of the word, I couldn't come and represent my whole shop. But to follow us, you can find our shop and check for JABULANE BHENGU, who's the brother who taught me everything, Taught me all the works and taught me also to be righteous and to live up to my skill, So to find out now, you can contact and leave with everything. I'm gonna leave with peace and love, Give thanks to all that are gonna look and share and enjoy the teachings, you know. Whatever that we say, we are not meant to discriminate or to hurt anybody or to destroy anybody's feelings, but to speak the truth and only the truth, you know.
For educational purposes.
For educational purposes, you know. So nothing personal, but to teach and learn and bring back Africa to unity, you know. And I give thanks to the Emperor for giving I and I the chance, and to Empress Men and I, you know, and for Marcus Garvey for the teachings, you know. Black is power. I thank you all. Love, peace, and love.
Blessed.
Blessed.
Give thanks.
So I give thanks for the time and for the space and for everyone who just gonna log in, you know. Now I'm starting to start. It's because of joy, you know. I give thanks for everyone and for the time and for the space and for the minute, you know. Give thanks for the sun, you know. Give thanks for the wind. Give thanks for the water. So let the hungry be fed, the naked be clothed, the sick be nourished, and the infants be cared for. I leave you all the peace and love, all black people and all white people and all Indian and all Arabian and everyone. Love it hard. We love each other and don't tease black man, you know. Black is power. Blessed Lord.